cold?
No, I'm not cold.
You
I'm
don't-
never cold.
Never.
That's not true.
You're rarely.
Yeah. I was cold last night.
Why didn't you get another blanket?
He did.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
When?
Dude, when I got up this morning, you were bundled up like a burrito.
Oh yeah, because the bed under me gets cold. But if I roll myself in the blanket that's on top of me, then I don't get cold.
Like I said, you were bundled like a burrito.
The only problem is if I'm doing it half tired or half asleep, it's not even, so then I don't get even coverage.
Like I said, burrito. Didn't I say burrito?
Self-rolling burritos.
Why would anybody want anything to eat that does its own? What would you be? What? Think about that for a minute. Why would you want to eat the mechanics of the self-rolling? Right. You ponder that for a few.
What if it was like an animal that just looked like a tortilla?
That we eat?
Sure.
Wrong. Vegan. No eating aminals. So hopefully this guy that's working will get the internet on while we're sitting here.
That'd be great.
Because I currently cannot get to the cloud, which is where my notes are. So I had to break out. Really? Pen and paper. Literal post-it note.
I've been using a notebook this week.
And a pen.
Because the internet is unreliable.
Who in the world wants to be... He's got a big ladder, though.
That he's now taking back.
Probably because there's no problem at that pole. Alright, so here we are. I'm sorry I'm not waiting for you. At 10:19. Live at 10:19. We're not waiting the 6 minutes.
You said hopefully we look better.
Yeah, we've got sunglasses on the
I guess it is a sunglass.
What?
I didn't realize
that ND filters are sunglasses
sunglass,
for your camera. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So hopefully we look a tad bit better. All the other settings are basically on auto, and I don't have autofocus on my camera, so
it won't focus if I do that.
no, it's f-stop is long enough that you're in focus, and probably most of that door back behind us is in focus, and yeah, it's not so shallow.
Gotcha.
It's what we call the kit lens.
What does that mean?
Kit lens is the lens that came with this camera. I can't throw on the nifty 50 because the camera will be way back there, like 10 feet back, because it's at like a 66 millimeters, and it'd be like
Be further than the car, wouldn't it?
it's like about
Or
at the car.
At the car.
To get this shot, to get us your shoulder and my shoulder in the shot.
Then we really wouldn't be able to see the very tiny monitor.
Yes. And that's why we would need the big monitor right here so we can see ourselves.
Just a TV.
I mean, a lot of people do that.
Really?
Oh yeah, their camera is quite a distance away.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
they have a very wide angle lens, and then the camera can be very close.
Who was that who did it in his basement and had that really long basement, and his camera was at one end and he was at the other?
Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the guy with the
DSLR
toddler?
video shooter. Huh?
Is that the guy with the toddler?
The guy?
He had to move out of his basement because he had toddlers. They were too loud upstairs.
Maybe.
He had the
But that was a
rigging
while
on the
ago.
ceiling and
Cool rigging on the ceiling?
yeah, like a light thing. Really nifty light box thing on the ceiling.
Nifty. This is how we describe photographic and video equipment as nifty.
It was cool.
Outside of the 50 millimeter lens, everything else is not nifty.
It was really cool.
Yeah, he did have his camera quite it probably wasn't that far, because his basement, of course, wouldn't have been that far, but it was back and then I don't know what lens he was using at the time. But if we were like gonna have like a nice EFS lens for this camera and have it nice and wide, 10 millimeter to 18 millimeter type lens, one of those, then the camera would be really close to us to get this same shot. We might look better, but then they can see all of the imperfections on your face.
Nobody looks good in 4K.
Listen, he doesn't have imperfections. He's perfect.
What are you talking about?
This camera doesn't do 4K. It's not even a worry.
What do you mean? What am I talking about? You're perfect.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, nobody is.
Po Buddy's perfect.
You guys got stuff this week?
No.
You don't have stuff this
I
week?
don't personally have stuff.
Dude, you need to
We
start
as a
having
family
stuff.
have stuff.
This is kind of ridiculous. All right, go to the thing.
Roll the intro.
You have to be cold. You didn't even do the arms.
He's not doing it anymore.
Oh, I stopped it. It was a one thing.
It was I know, it was a one-time, one-day deal.
I brought it back for that one day, and then I don't want to do it anymore.
So, okay. So now, since I've had to resort to paper and pen, because the thing where I type my notes is Cam 2, I thought about breaking out the other.
Cam 3.
Yeah, well, this was Cam 3, and the
Previously
other one was
Cam
Cam
2.
2, but I was going to break out the other 6S and put it up on the gimbal, but its back cameras are not as good as this back camera, and I want us to start looking better. It's kind of, it bugs me, that it's not looking so good. I'm trying to get my Hans Charles on, and my Hans Charles is failing me at the point. So, and I want to prove to myself it's not the equipment, that it's me. That I need to fix a setting. If I fix a setting, not get new equipment, just fix what I've got to make us look the best that we can look. Hence,
What?
sunglasses on camera. Because I used to do that, but I stopped.
At some point, it's gonna be the equipment.
Yeah, but right now, what is it? You know what I mean?
Equipment.
I don't think so. I mean, if I had a red Komodo sitting there, I don't think our picture gets any better. It's something I'm doing. I've got to learn more. I got to be better. And if I'm better, then our picture, because the picture coming out of the what we call gimbal 1 over there, it's actually pretty good. But the picture coming out of the DSLR is not as good. And I'm starting to try to do more color correction and grading on us, so the mommy doesn't look so pale.
Well, that's about to change anyway.
You're gonna not be pale.
I won't be as pale. I'll
Just be
red.
more red,
Yeah.
like right now.
I'm not all that red.
Kind of are. You didn't do the washing of hair before?
didn't.
That was smart, because you tend to be all itchified and redness.
Well,
and
Saturday is my hair wash day.
maybe you should do like I do and make Sunday your hair wash day.
Well, I changed it this week.
Thus giving you,
Less of the red.
yes, less of the red. All right, so first things first. Number 4 on the list. Give them the news, man.
We're moving.
On the move.
We will be moving on Thursday, September 18th, 17th. Thursday, September 17th.
But we're leaving on Wednesday. What are you talking about?
We're leaving on the 17th. That's a Thursday. We arrive in Cairo, Egypt on September 18th.
I'm all confused now. I'm confuzzled.
It was the 17th.
Our tickets are for the 17th to go to
Cairo, Egypt.
the Egypt man land.
I'm so
We're
excited.
finally going to Africa.
You know what's so weird about that? I've been thinking about this ever since we got the first interview. is... Uh-oh. Our studio audience. Our studio audience. Is Egypt in Africa?
Well, yeah.
Somebody actually asked me that last night, and I was just like, dude.
I think people don't consider it Africa, though.
But why?
I don't know.
It's the oldest civilization on
I'm
Earth.
literally asking the question, but I also know the answer to the question. But it's kind of funny that it's
Geographically,
it does not feel like it would feel if we were going to somewhere in Western Africa. It doesn't have the same maybe connection, and because it's its history, and that it just doesn't have the same meaning. Now, if we were going to somewhere like Ethiopia or Sudan
or Djibouti.
Dude, we gotta try to get.
Yes,
to
we
Djibouti.
have to go there now. We'll be able to go there.
We gotta find a way to get to Djibouti.
That's been a running joke for years now.
Yeah, longer than you've been alive. Trust me.
But for me, it's been
to
since
say
Djibouti.
Come on now, man.
For me, I think it's been since Ben Shi.
Oh no!
When we looked up countries in Africa.
Come on now. No. Djibouti is. I laughed and said Djibouti before I knew where Djibouti was. Okay. Yeah. But no, it's always, and it's funny because there was a time when the maps separated Egypt from the rest of Africa, so it was just like this little kind of corner cut out, and it was put with Arabia, Saudi Arabia. It was not seen as a part of Africa, and it's interesting. Like when you look at the people of Egypt, it does not look like other parts of Africa either. Just the physical characteristics of the people. So then it becomes a kind of a weird thing that we're going to have to experience, try to figure out, because one of the things that we've been told multiple times by a couple different people is racism isn't the same. Colorism isn't the same. And
hearing
it's
that
really
from
not
a
racism,
black man
it's more colorism.
Yesterday was really, he was comparing, it's nothing like China, because the other teacher we spoke to has taught in China as well. He's been in some of the same areas we were in, and he said it's not even the same, not even close.
Most people, I don't think, white folks going to, and this is white folks from anywhere in the world, going to China get treated very well.
Yes, we do.
Black folks from anywhere in the world do not. And they are, and that's an internal issue as well as dealing with people from outside. And if you're black and you've been to China and lived and worked, all of us have the same comments about how Chinese people have treated us.
Yeah, it was really interesting to hear his tone change completely when he started talking about China. And we feel that tone deep in our soul because we have experienced it. Our friends have experienced it.
Oh yeah, it's way different. And the darker you are, the more, the worse it is.
Right. Well, and I would also say that if you don't have that blue passport, it's even worse.
Oh, of course. Even though in a previous episode of this show, you said that was dead.
It is dead.
Wait a minute now. You can't be dead and alive at the same time. This ain't, what is that, Schrodinger's cat? Yeah, it can't be that. So, the 17th, which is Thursday.
I know. I booked the flights.
I really thought it was Wednesday, though, for some reason. I think I told everybody Wednesday. But I said the 17th.
Who are you telling?
Me.
And my mother and
It's Thursday.
And I had to tell the people in the Florida.
Oh, well.
I mean, come on now. They are invested in this move.
They are. Tell me they're getting ready to come visit.
I don't know.
Because that would be fun.
I mean, nobody's getting ready to go anywhere, pretty much. I mean, hopefully we'll be on the planes by ourselves.
That will not happen.
That would be amazing.
Although...
you finally do the thing that you're supposed to be able to do on a plane.
Mile High Club?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Get up and walk around.
Yeah, but nobody
I've
really...
never done that on a plane.
But
and
you
I've
can.
always saw...
You
I've
go to the
always
bathroom.
seen people do it. Other than that.
But nobody really does that anymore. Nobody gets up and walks around a flight
You
anymore.
should if you have issues with swelling. Because you can
Yeah,
get...
but that's a medical thing, and that's personal. It's like individualized. Yeah, no, but the idea of getting up and like milling around, walking around, standing in the aisle and talking to people, that I think that kind of has died from air travel. Because even when I was young and went on my first flights, that was real. I mean, people kind of did it because there were long gaps between when the staff was bringing out something to eat, rolling the cart, food, drink, back and forth, trash, back and forth. You notice that now it's almost like a tight
It's
little
constant.
schedule that they're going up and down the aisles. So then who's going to be standing in the aisle? And there is no, it's not like there's a room, a waiting type room where you could stand and talk to your friends or when it. So that whole idea is pretty much dead. Let's bring back the blimps.
No.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
I'm actually reading a book where
Because the blimp,
they have the
you
blimp.
could have the rooms and you could walk around and you could, go to a place
they're
to
slow.
eat and yeah, but the travel experience was probably better. Like right now we just get in a can, pew, we
Yeah.
just go, and then the getting to a destination is a negative experience. It's
Right.
not a positive, fun time. But
something to look forward to.
Yeah,
To
and-
get on a plane.
yeah, I'm gonna get on the plane, and yeah, you're gonna get on the plane, and you're gonna be squished next to a bunch of people, and in today's world, you damn sure don't want to be squished next to nobody.
Well,
You
when
barely
she
want to be
was-
squished next to your own hands.
when she was booking the flight, she said that the flight from the U.S. to Toronto, they do 2 and 2. So, did we want to be in front of each other, like one in front of the other, or did we want to be next to? And I said, it doesn't matter. We've got 4 people. 2 will sit here and 2 will sit there. That's all that matters.
Yep.
And then the next leg from Toronto to London, she put us in a 4-seat row.
In the middle.
Yeah. So we didn't have to be next to other people.
Well, that's good.
But that also means whoever's on the ends can kind of stretch their legs.
Yeah, because that's what she said. You won't have a window, but you'll have 2 aisles. I'm like, that's much better for us. Because we need the aisle.
let's tell the people we're going from Chicago
Yeah.
to where?
To Toronto.
Then,
From Toronto to London. From London to Cairo.
Yeah, you said Frankfurt before.
yeah, because that was
One of the- that was one of the
options,
Oh.
and it got changed.
Okay.
So we don't have to deal with Germany, which I guess at this point probably doesn't matter. But I do find it funny that instead of just driving to Toronto from here, because we're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, driving from sunny Grand
It's
Rapids.
not even sunny right now. Stop that.
We have to drive away from Toronto to get on a plane to fly back to Toronto, which is all kind of interesting. And we
Well,
have to rent a vehicle in order to get from here to Chicago with us and our stuff.
What I
We
found
could have just drove
fascinating
to
was
Toronto.
I asked the agent, "Your Air Canada, do you fly from Michigan?" She said no. And I just had, we're attached.
I know.
She's like, yeah, I don't understand it either. Maybe they think you could just drive over.
Yeah, see?
And I said, but isn't Toronto, Isn't it, what, a 6-hour drive from here?
Something around there, between 4 and 6 hours, something like that. I can't. It's not that far.
I've never been to Toronto. I've been to Canada more than 100 times in my life.
Yeah, but how deep into Canada had you gone?
I've been all the way to the Stratford-upon-Avon.
Where's that?
It's in Ontario.
Where's that? Like, how far? How far did you
just
go?
a couple hours, maybe 3 hours.
A couple, 3 hours.
Yeah, that's it.
Couple 3 hours.
3 hours into Canada.
That sounds like you almost went to Toronto.
I don't know. I didn't drive. I was a teenager. But for the most of it, it was just across the border into Sarnia. Because I have family that's in Sarnia.
You haven't gone to Windsor and done some gambling?
I don't gamble.
Yeah, they got casino right
The
across
most gambling I've ever done in my life was
across the Detroit River.
a $2 roll of nickels. That was on our honeymoon.
I'm telling you, man, you got to get your gamble on. I wanted to gamble in Macau.
Yeah, but they
But
make it very prohibitive.
And it was like, you had to gamble with good behavior. What kind of bullshit is that?
mean?
Well, the people didn't talk. The people
There was
were.
no.
It was like no noise.
It was very.
You didn't even hear machines
No, it's very quiet.
because they don't have the same kind of machines. Like if you go to any place in the States, the machines make a certain amount of noise. Just you selecting your things and you said, let's say you pull the arm and not hit a button. There's all these noises associated with that process and the thing moving because all of that stuff in Macau, none of that is there. It's like literally feels like
So the experience of going to a casino
it doesn't
is totally gone.
it's
Well,
totally
and
gone.
also we couldn't get to our money.
Yeah, there was that too,
Which doesn't make
this
sense.
camera almost suffered for.
It doesn't make sense that the entire island is like a floating Las Vegas, and
Or at least part of it.
you can't get to your money if
Just
you're.
no ATM.
Yeah, there's an ATM.
No,
but
we couldn't
get to our
take
money
advantage of
because-
it because of the fact that we weren't Chinese and we didn't have a Chinese identification card.
and it wouldn't accept our passports.
Right. And the people in the branch, which is hilarious to me, the people in the branch would not help us. But they worked for the same bank that we were banking with on the mainland.
Yeah.
It's like infuriating even now. But that was China in a nutshell.
Are you excited about going to Egypt, dude?
Be excited when we get there.
Yeah, that's how I am. Because
I completely respect
I'm
that.
starting to have the nightmares of driving all the way to Chicago and
Getting stuck.
not being able to.
Well, I hope the internet is fixed today because I have to do the visa today.
You know, we don't have to do the e-visa. We don't. That's not an imperative. We can do it when we get there. It's just more convenient to do it before we get there.
I thought the thing said we had to have it to get on the plane.
Oh,
The website.
what website? No.
The one you sent me.
The e-visa is an option.
Okay.
It's an option for you to travel. You can get the e-visa, or you can do the purchasing of the visa right there when you get there. Because
I'd just
of
rather
course,
have
like
it
every
to-
other place, you got to go in as a tourist.
I'd rather have it before we get to the airport.
I mean, yeah. But that's it is not. You must get this before you get on the plane. Not anything that I saw.
All right.
How long is our layover in Canada?
Oh, not very long, like an hour and 45, hour and a half, something like that.
How long is the layover in London?
6 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Long enough to get some good photos
Sure.
and to vlog.
Okay, we may have to wrap this up.
We are wrapping right now.
Yeah.
You felt the drop?
No, it's
It's
raining.
raining.
Okay. Bye, folks.
So,
If you
if you want to follow the Traveling Fars, you can find us at the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, or the Google Podcast at the Traveling Fars. If you like the
Instagram and the Twitter.
Instagram or the Twitters, Traveling Fars. If you like email, where you can email Karen, who is now over there. travelingfars@gmail.com, and the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the Blueberry. Don't forget about the Patreon.
Patreon.com/thetravelingfars.
GoFundMe thing. We will be updating you, so there we go. We're out of here. The merch stuff, it's all down in the description. Everything is in the description. Everything's in the description. Please don't touch my camera.
I'm not touching anything.
It's the waterproof one. It doesn't need you to touch it.
I'm not touching
It's all the other stuff that needs to be
You're
touched.
brain,
We are
sir.
out of here. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Peace!